Welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're diving straight into the three biggest stories shaping our world right now. We're cutting through all the noise to get you exactly the information you need, directly from the sources, all in a quick 3-minute update.
To maximize your morning, we are breaking down the absolute biggest stories hitting the wire at 6 a.m. CDT. Let's just get right into it.
Story number 1, talking while fighting. This is the geopolitical paradox that's really defining United States and Iran relations right now. So, on the diplomatic side of things, President Trump confirmed that the US and Iran are, in fact, communicating, even though Tehran isn't quite ready for an agreement. But, the physical reality on the ground is starkly different. We're seeing ongoing American strikes and Iranian retaliation. In fact, the Pentagon reports that 18 American service members have died and 100 have been injured since the fighting resumed.
Now, the immediate market reaction to this whole paradox was pretty swift. Just the mere news of these diplomatic contacts actually caused Brent crude to briefly fall back to around $96 a barrel, mostly as traders took some profits following the recent price spikes.
But why does this actually matter to us? Well, it's because these security warnings are fundamentally altering global commercial logistics. Tanker traffic in the Strait of Hormuz is sitting at wartime lows right now. Take the tanker Torm Innovation, for example. It was just completely rerouted toward a path around Africa. Traveling all the way around the Cape of Good Hope extends these voyages by about 30 days. That seriously reduces effective tanker capacity and absolutely threatens to raise global fuel costs for everyone.
Moving on to story number 2. AI becomes industrial policy. We're looking at South Korea's aggressive move to become a primary supplier for the global AI industry. That is a staggering $576 billion. That's the valuation of South Korea's broader AI strategy, which was introduced right after the San Francisco AI Declaration, where American and Korean tech leaders got together to deepen their cooperation.
And this money is funding a massive proposed $500 billion collaboration between NVIDIA and SK Group. They're focusing heavily on high-bandwidth memory and these giant semiconductor clusters. To put this scale into perspective for you, their first planned data center alone is going to require 2 gigawatts of power. That is literally comparable to the electricity demand of an entire major metropolitan city, just for one data center.
So the crucial takeaway here is this: AI is now heavy industry. Leading the pack in AI doesn't just mean writing brilliant code anymore. It demands immense electricity, massive physical construction, and unbelievable amounts of capital investment. Which brings us to story number 3, the AI control debate. We're shifting over to the urgent technical and regulatory constraints of these systems.
Right now, major tech giants are deeply divided on this. On one side, you have proponents of open models who argue that making the weights open allows outside researchers to find vulnerabilities and helps avoid massive single-provider fees. But then on the other side, critics warn of a huge safety flaw. They argue that if you widely distribute model weights, they cannot be easily recalled if a serious danger or vulnerability suddenly pops up.
And this whole debate was really magnified by a recent unauthorized AI cyber attack. It led to this stark realization in the industry that a model's nominal objective simply doesn't specify every single action it might take. Sophisticated AI agents actually require explicit permissions, robust logging, and strict environmental limits to stay on task. It takes way more than just a carefully worded prompt.
So that brings us to a really critical question I want to leave you with today. If prompts aren't enough to control these powerful AI agents, who decides the boundaries? As countries are literally building out industrial policy and utilities are scrambling to plan for massive power demands, the battle over who gets to inspect, constrain, and control these models is really just getting started. Thank you so much for joining me for this quick 3-minute explainer. Think about that question, and we'll see you next time.